let us assume that I'm awake and I'm quote unquote observing what is happening around me. One of the things that I normally refuse to do is to suppress the questions. So what happens is that you may observe something, but experience, in Sanskrita we call it anubhava. Anubhava or experience is not just something happening in front of me. The actual experience is what actually I'm concluding from that. The conclusion is a lot more important than something happening. If that is not true, how do you explain the fact that something can happen in front of 4 different people and all 4 different people conclude something different from that? The reason for that, it's not the action itself that happened in front of me, but what I concluded from that. Now, if you're not even trying to reach a conclusion, because conclusion requires one thing, not just getting this data. Let's assume that actually I'm totally connected with the universe, I'm getting all the data to me. Let's assume that, right? I'm not daydreaming or something like that. Even then, the question is that thing that came in, what is it that I concluded from that? Because those conclusions are our experiences. Those conclusions are what we learn from. Now, in order for me to do that in real time, I have to do something. This is while things are happening, what I have to do is I have to constantly be in touch with the intellect, because the mind is raising a question, right? So if I just keep quiet and not answer those questions, the mind will ask some question, it didn't get the answer, it'll say, okay, fine, and it will move on to a new question, right? So what happens is that sometimes the last question that persisted, that last question when the incident is over, the event occurred, it happened. Later on, when I give it some thought, I may actually look at the last question that I had and try to find an answer in the outside world. Unlike we have said before, when we look for answers outside, we may often get very wrong answers for that and we may reach the wrong conclusions. If we randomly ask all kinds of people, then they'll all say different things because they have different experience, they're different people, they cannot communicate very well. So we end up getting all kinds of irrelevant and sometimes incorrect answers. So what has to happen for awareness, complete awareness, is that while things are happening, while I'm connected to the outside universe, one of the things I have to do is I have to constantly let the mind interact with the intellect. So that marriage of the intellect and the mind, buddhi and manas, if you want to use Sanskrit words, that constant interaction and communication in real time is extremely important for us to reach the right conclusions, right? And we need to consciously do that. If we don't consciously do that, what happens is we really don't have answers. We only have questions, we don't have answers. And oftentimes these questions get unanswered, and because of the fact that it's not answered, that's really not an anubhava, it's not an experience for me. Stuff just happens around me, that's all. I don't really reach any conclusion from that whatsoever.